Good morning, friends. We are now in Cebu Airport. It's crazy early, so forgive the bleary eyes. It's 5:35 in the morning. We were due to fly out of here at 10:35, but we got an email about 2 days ago just letting us know that our flight had been changed. Originally, we're going to be on the 4 p.m, which doesn't work for us because we're flying out of Manila on another flight at 4 p.m. The only available flight that we could get to get us into Manila to catch the 4 p.m. this afternoon is the 7:05 this morning, which meant we had a very early start. Now, if you're flying Cebu Pacific, you can download their app from the App Store where you can manage your flight itinerary. It seems to be really good. The one bit of advice I'd give is if you are doing mobile check-in, I think you need to do that at least a day before you're flying. We tried to do the mobile check-in this morning. That didn't actually work. It said we couldn't do mobile check-in. And if you do the online check-in, we actually found the queues for that were quite a bit shorter than the queues that we had waiting for the regular check-in. So if you can do that a day or two before, it'll probably save you a bit of time at the airport. But we've got at least about an hour before we get to the gate, so we thought we'd do what all the other tourists do, head to Starbucks and pick up the free Wi-Fi, except there's no free Wi-Fi in the Starbucks here in the Philippines. Thank you, Starbucks.
63 Amanpulo, Mr. Roberto Torres.
It is nice. I reckon actually Cebu, I know Jollibee's always so popular. I reckon Cebu Airport's better than Manila for domestic travel, for the facilities it has. It's a lot cleaner, it's a lot newer. Back row of the aircraft, and very sadly we don't have the window seat today. So it's just a short 1 hour flight from Cebu to Manila. I've kind of covered Cebu Pacific on this channel before, but if you haven't seen the video, I'll link to it up there. You can just have a quick look at what it's like flying Cebu Pacific. They're a good low-cost carrier around the Philippines, and to be honest, if you're flying around the Philippines, they're pretty much one of the only carriers that do most of the hops between the islands. So great service, staff have been really friendly, check-in's pretty easy, and like I was saying before, Cebu Airport itself is actually quite a nice place if you find yourself stuck there for a few hours. There are worse airports in Southeast Asia to be in for sure. Just a quick food service going around today. You need to pay for your snacks if you want anything on board. There's no in-flight meals as part of your fare. But we're just going to sit back, probably do what this person over there is doing, get a bit of sleep before we get into Manila.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cebu Pacific welcomes you to Ninoy Aquino International Airport.
Good, thank you. Thank you, see ya. Bye. You know, most people hate it when you have to get the bus from the plane to the terminal. It's the best bit. Trying to get the airfield that's behind me. They don't really want me to film over the fence into the airfield. The security's fairly tight here, but I'll try and get some shots just as we get on board the plane. Speaking of which, we're just about to jump on another aircraft now. It's going to be a Dornier twin-engine turboprop aircraft. It normally seats about 23, but this one's been converted to just seat, I think it's 19 passengers it can take. The reason why Look, it's a bit of a luxury for us, but over the next couple of days we're flying to one of the Oman resorts. This is the Amanpulo. But the thing that I'm really keen about and I want to share with you now on this channel is the only way to get to that island is by getting one of these Dornier aircraft and flying out from Manila to the island itself. And the island is basically just the resort and a runway. Anyway, it's a cool little terminal that they have here. This is just for the resort itself. There's a little kind of lounge area behind me where we're just having some snacks and some drinks before we jump on board. It's a 45-minute flight to the Amanpulo. I'm very excited about this. So this is our plane now, just waiting to board. It's a Dornier 228, like I said before. Interestingly, I don't know whether you can see in the background, I think someone else is making YouTube videos today as well, so I'm not the only one, which is nice, but just waiting to get on board. Thank you very much. Thank you for your help out here today. Thank you. You okay? You okay? Okay. It's a slightly smaller plane than we're used to. Obviously, I'm loving this. I just want to make sure that she's okay though. Maybe this could be the stepping stone for getting Jack on a Cirrus, maybe? Let's see how this flight goes first. So this is the Dornier 228. I don't even know if you can hear me, that's why I've got the mic close to me, but we're just taxiing out of the airport here in Manila. It's a 19-seat aircraft, like I said. It's actually from Germany, made in Germany. And I was looking up earlier, actually, the most prolific use of the DO 228s in the world is actually in India. The Indian Air Force apparently use them in a lot of their operations. It's nice being back in a small plane again. Well, I say small plane. This has still got 15 seats more than the one I normally fly.
Bye-bye, welcome to Amanpulo.
Hello.
Welcome, sir. Can you go ahead? Please watch your head.
Yes.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.